No man became undeniable by accident. You were either living as the product of your excuses, or you were proof that you were one of the 1,000 guys that decided to take 100% accountability for becoming the man he needs to become. Guys, your body, your energy, your aura, your health, that tells the world everything they need to know about you. Your discipline, your standards, your intention, your future. A lot of you guys fall into a mindset of being the victim. You look at someone who's successful and you go, oh, but this was my childhood, this was the town I was born in. Guys, every single person who you look at with that top 1% physique, that top 1% life, they all came from a small town, from a small school, from a small college, where 99.99% of all their peers from their childhood are still unsuccessful now. The reason that's different is simply that they decided to take 100% accountability on who they're going to become. Guys, Napoleon Hill. No man has a chance to enjoy permanent success until he begins to look in the mirror for the real cause of all of his mistakes. You can no longer play the victim, guys, if you want to be successful. The reason you are not where you want to be, you don't have the power, you don't have the money, you don't have the lifestyle, the villa, the cars, the energy you want, is because you haven't become the man that's going to do it yet. Nobody is going to do it for you. Most of you guys are too busy on YouTube. Ironic right now you're on YouTube, but this should be your last video. You're too busy on YouTube trying to learn how to get women, how to get money. When in reality, you need to be looking at, how can I build this physique to build that life? You don't have a life problem, you have a you problem. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Marcus Aurelius. I've written down here, guys, you want success, and the number one required cause and effect trait. Like, what's the one biggest leverage you guys can work on that, if mastered, is going to completely transform your life? There's a great book called The One Thing, and it's like, if you had this one thing, would it fix all of your problems? And this one is the biggest one because it has a cause and effect on other traits. And this thing, guys, right here is confidence. The world only rewards the most confident men. The reason being is you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be persistent. You're not going to go and invest in yourself. You're not going to get the specialized knowledge. You're not going to want to grind when times get hard if you don't have confidence, if you don't have faith. So when you look at yourself and you feel insufficient, you don't have the woman of your dreams, you don't have the respect from her, you don't have the lifestyle, you haven't built the freedom yet. It's because somewhere deep in the roots, it's not surface level that you don't have the one-liner. It's not that you've not just found this hack to make $1 million in a day. It's simply the fact that you are an unconfident man, whether you like to admit it or not. The number one thing that's going to transform your confidence is building you guys. Phase one to building and working towards that North Star goal is building the physique and mindset. It's the key. Everybody, like I said, jumps to wanting the North Star goal, but you guys haven't planted the seeds. You've not built the vehicle. If you guys want to go to Mars, you've got to start building the spaceship. I can't take you there. I can give you advice, I can give you wisdom, but you have to take yourself there yourself. So you're going to need to build the physique and mindset. Only once you've done that then you have the next step, which is going to be your business, your brand, or personal brand for you guys who are online. And that, when combined with phase one, when you get to phase one, when you get to phase two, you still keep working on phase one. Only once you've done that are you going to work to that North Star goal. You can't just jump there in 1 week. You can't just jump here straight away. The path illuminates as you walk, guys. When I look back at how I got to here, I had to live the whole chapter of self-improvement. I still self-improve every day. I read the books, I hit the gym, I hit my macros, which I'm going to show you guys in this video. But I want you guys, the reason this is called 365 days to a top 1% physique and a top 1% life is because the first thing I need to get very clear, as much as your dopamine may be wearing off right now and you're getting frustrated, Tom, why can't you tell me the macros? I know you guys won't stick to 365 days unless you know this critical piece of information that you need to live this chapter. Now, a great mentor of mine once said the words, if you want to pull up the harvest, you have to plant the seeds, okay? I want you guys to think on a much bigger timeline, even bigger than 365 days. The physique, we only need 365 days. But for life, I want you to start falling in love with your chapter and stop thinking, life will be good when I get to this North Star goal. I want you to fall in love with being in this phase and being in this phase, planting your seeds, because planting these seeds is what's going to take you to this North Star goal. If you harvest your crops in September, but you only planted them in August, as my mentor said, you're never going to make any money and you're always going to die. You're going to run out of food. You guys need to just solely focus on reading this chapter. Don't try and read chapter 47 before you've read chapter 1. Just read chapter 1, reread it, and spend the entire 365 days just showing you what I'm going to show in these next steps. Okay? This is really important. Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on you. You are the only person that is going to make this life work. And you're only the only person that can fuck it all up. So you need to go 100% in on your physique and mindset. Do not get emotionally volatile and quit 3 weeks in. Okay, this is one of the biggest things we're going to talk about. So, when it comes to actually building the physique, guys, 365 days. We want more muscle, we want less body fat, but not just the physique transformation and build the man. When we look in the mirror, we know we're undeniable and it would just be inevitable that we live this sort of life. It's the confidence, okay? We need to work on the inner, and working on your physique directly is gonna work on the inner, okay? So the first thing we need to do to actually start crafting this man that we desire, I always say, like, imagine you're a video game character and you can create him, or a movie character. We wanna, guys, if you're a writer like me, write it all down. Write the bullet points of exactly how you want to look, how you want to be sculpted up. If you're a drawer, draw him, okay? But here's what we all need to do. The weeks may differ from person to person, but the first thing we need to do is just take a step back and actually go look in the mirror. I don't want any of your cognitive biases to get in the way here. You simply need to go look in the mirror and understand where the fuck you are and where the fuck you failed, and understand that you've got a ton of vices in your life and you've made a ton of shit decisions to get to exactly where you are because your body sucks dick. You've got too much body fat, you don't have enough muscle, you don't need to be Arnold. You want to be like a high performance athlete if you want to be a killer entrepreneur, okay? Analyze where you are. Is this man in the mirror the guy who's going to make me multi-millions? If the answer is no, well, let's sort it the fuck out and let's read this chapter for 365 days. Commit to only this. Mastery comes from focus, guys. You guys should all go and read the book, The One Thing. And right now, I'm going to tell you the answer, the one thing for you guys to create in this dream life, to work into this big thing, this top 1% life. It's playing the chapter and living in the current chapter you're in, which is building the physique. The first thing we need to do is we need to prepare the body. I call this, guys, with all of my clients, I call this a priming phase. We need to do a priming phase. We need to get the body ready. The chances are you guys at the minute, you've been training a bit erratically. You've been training whatever you want, when you want. You've been eating a little bit of whatever you want, when you want. Yeah, you probably track your protein. Yeah, you're probably in a bit better shape than your mates. But it's not being precise. It's not being dialed in. What we want to do right now, guys, is we want to come in and we want to do 2 weeks, 0 to 2 weeks of priming. Again, this is roadmapped out for the full year of maximal physique and self-improvement development. Okay, guys, priming phase is going to allow us to get your health in the best position and to get your body the most responsive. We want to set a baseline up here so that when we then pull and we start pulling off that body fat, your body is going to just respond like throwing a dart. Right now, your inputs have been very much like this. So if we come in here, your body is not going to respond. We need a solid week on a flat line, and then when we come here, it's like bang. It's like you just change the thermostat. If you're 28 degrees every day and we say twist it to 20, boom, it's going to come down. That's what we need, guys. So 2 weeks in a priming phase, you're going to be around maintenance. If anything, 100 calories more than maintenance, okay, in your priming phase. If you guys want the exact process setting up for you uniquely, I can do all of this, guys, with you like I do with my elite fitness and mindset clients. You can apply down below to join. I'll see if you're a fit dependent on where you are right now and your vision. And I can build all of this out for you and take you through the whole process and make it undeniable that these 365 days have actually been worthwhile. You don't want to go another 3 months, another 6 months, another 1 year at the rate you have been doing so far. Because if you keep multiplying bullshit levels of results by another 6 months, you're going to have more bullshit results. You know, this isn't the time to mess around, guys. Like I said, the world rewards the most confident men. And if you're not competing in the game of life, you're going to lose to those who are. This is time you lock the fuck in and grind. Second phase is we want to build some muscle tissue, but we want to lose the body fat. We want to get down to 8 to 10% body fat. In my opinion, when working with clients, I like the 8% body fat marker. I'll actually just show you a quick image of roughly what that looks like with one of my guys that's on my Instagram story at the minute. That was 10 weeks working with one of my guys in Elite Fitness and Mindset. You guys can also check the link below and you can check out some of our other clients. But that's the sort of body fat you want to be getting to before we work back up. Now, this is where most people get mixed up. I'm going to try and fit in a little diagram in here, okay? Now, what we want is we want more muscle and we want less body fat. More muscle, less body fat. That's what we want to do in this diet / recomp phase. This is dependent on the guy. It's going to be anywhere from 12 to 20 weeks. I've put on here 16 as an average, okay? From weeks 2 to 18, dependent on the guy. Most guys who are around 16, 17% body fat are going to need 16 weeks. We're going to need to do this properly. We're not rushing anything. We're doing it perfectly, day by day. We're treating success as the process, not the outcome. We have 365 days to build a elite 1% physique. We're not harvesting the crops 2 days after we plant them. We're not pulling 2,000 calories out the body in 1 day and then losing muscle, losing body fat and getting all skinny fat and getting depressed. Okay, we're building an elite operator here, guys. So we're doing the recomp, okay? Like I said, at the end of this, we want to be around that 8% body fat marker. Then we're going to effectively transition into what I would say as a reverse phase. We're going to need 2 weeks in a reverse phase. This is then where we start working carbohydrates back up, usually to around 4 to 5 times the body weight in kilos, the new low body weight in kilos. We want to work back up to that amount in carbohydrates. So if you are 100 kg at 8% body fat, which is fucking jacked, roughly where I am, to be fair, I'm about 98, 99 kg at 8% body fat. Okay, guys? That would mean that I would reverse back up over a couple of weeks to around 450, 500 grams of carbohydrates. From here, we then want to go into a performance phase, which is going to be a very minor surplus of around 250 to 400 calorie surplus. We're going to stay in there for roughly 20 to 24 weeks, depending on how long we've got from that initial cut. If you had a 12-week cut, I would prefer a 24-week performance phase if you're already 8% body fat. If you had a longer cut, maybe more like 20 weeks. And that's going to take us to week 40. This is all about bringing our body back up to peak health, bringing ourselves into an environment where we can train hard, we can be massively intentional in our training sessions, we can build muscle mass, and the fuel in the body from a nutritional standpoint is going to support it. Like I said, we're coming in at maintenance, we're building a priming phase, we're then going to come into a deficit. Week by week, we're going to make amendments when the body needs it, okay? So when it comes to fat loss, guys, you need to think about it like this. We want a minimal dosage. You want to do as little as possible. You want to add as little cardio. You want to take away as little food as possible and hit KPI. So when we're in a fat loss phase, guys, in this recomp, you want to be looking at around 1 to 1.5% of total body mass lost per week. So if you're 100 kilos and you're in a recomp phase or a fat loss phase, you guys want to be looking at losing 1 to 1.5 kilos. As you get lighter, that percentage is going to be smaller. In the last few weeks of a diet phase, 0.5 to 0.75% of total body mass loss per week is good. In a performance phase, we're looking at 0.25 to 0.5. So it's a much smaller gain. We are going to lose body fat faster than we're going to gain tissue and keep body fat low here. Now, where I was going with this, guys, is we want to lose body fat and we want to build muscle mass the whole time through this phase. Whilst we're doing this, this is going to mean that scale weight is going to look something like this. Most people get scared when they see the scale weight going down because they think they're losing muscle. And in fact, you are just losing body fat faster than you're gaining muscle mass, okay? If you've gained 1 kilo of muscle and you've lost 5 kilos of fat, you're 4 kilos down, and we have the goal which we want, which is more muscle, less body fat. So never get mistaken when your body weight is coming down. Like I said, 20 weeks in a performance phase, and then we're gonna go 12 weeks in a prep phase. Regarding everything like food sources and adjustments, guys, just message me on Instagram, dr.tompearson. Message me the word 365 days. I'm gonna send you over a full blueprint of me running through all the food sources, the carbohydrates, the fats, the protein, the macro adjustments when you would need to make them. And I'm also gonna send you over a video explaining my daily routine, TP7 habits, which I'm gonna go through briefly here. We only have so much space on here, guys. And the purpose really, guys, which is more important than ever right now, is making sure you give this phase of your life the actual 365 days. You guys don't have as much of a knowledge issue as you think. You have a massive application issue. You fall to the standards of society. You need to set your own baseline right now. You need to say, okay, society is a bunch of fucking simps. They're here. They operate from this level of sucking dick. You're gonna set your standards up here. You're gonna say, I might be good right now compared to what society could be, but if you're better than 100 people in society, that means you still suck dick. You're just a little bit better than sucking dick. Just a little bit better. You need to set your own bar as far as your imagination can see. We want that 8% body fat. We want a strong set of shoulders, strong chest, block abs year round. We want to be focused. We want to be productive. We want to be full of energy. We want to have aura. We want to be killing it in business. We want to have a 12 out of 10 chick that respects us and is just wife material. We want everything. We want the lifestyle. We want to be in the sun. My biggest problem right now, guys, is I'm sweating filming this video in 40-degree heat outside my villa, okay? At every level, guys, there's problems, but choose your problems, okay? Initially, yeah, you've got to pick discipline, you've got to pick short-term pain for long-term gain. But when you get that long-term gain, you're still going to have problems, but the problems change. The problems change to wiping sweat off your forehead whilst filming a video in the sun. Final thing, guys, daily routine. I know you guys are very life-focused, and this isn't all about building a physique. Your physique is simply just a tool to build confidence, to build the life you want. Building a physique to build a physique is just stupid, guys. Yes, you want to look good, but what we really want is 365 days to become the undeniable man, which is going to achieve the top 1% life. That's what this video is all about. Confidence. Now, in order to become confident, we need to build the man when we look in the mirror. He's just undeniable. But we also need to be putting in the work in all areas. Part one of your day. If you guys work in a 9 to 5 right now, or you work for yourself, but you're probably making less than 10 grand a month at the minute, you want to be blocking your days into 3 days. Live 3 days every day, okay? So let's say this is 9 to 5. Obviously, your 9 to 5 is your 9 to 5. Your morning, what I would do is 5 till 9, I would do you grow, 4 hours of you grow. You are going to prepare your meals. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to read some mindset books. And also, guys, if you DM me 365 on Instagram, I will also send you over a full list of books you guys can read. My top 10 books for in this phase of life. When you're in phase 1, I have written out a list of 10 books that are going to help get you through phase 1 as fast as possible. This is going to be the highest leverage 365 days you have ever lived and moving forward in your lifetime. Because this, guys, is the phase in life right now where you have to put full thrusters on. You have to get this plane off the fucking ground, okay? And we're going to set our day up to grow you physically and mentally. We're going to hit the gym. We're going to read the books. We're going to prepare the meals. Everything is going to be dialed in. There is going to be no stupid scrolling on social media. There is going to be no hanging out with fucking simps. You only take advice from people who live the life you want, and you tell everybody else, whether it's internal or external, you tell them to shut the fuck up, okay? Work. You're gonna go to work, right? You eventually are gonna start building the man where you go, look at me, there is zero way I could even be in this job with this bunch of simps, and you will quit your job. But that will get easier when we start structuring part 3 of the day, which is gonna be your 5 till 9 in the evening, okay? Your 5 till 9 in the evening, you might have to do a little bit more steps, but what I would also say now is this is gonna be the part of your day where you're working on your future life. So you've got growing you, going to work, current work, and then you've got business growth. Part 3 is effectively, okay, I'm gonna go do my steps, I'm gonna listen to an audiobook on a high revenue generating piece of study. You're not gonna binge watch some dopamine on YouTube. You're actually gonna study something very specific around the industry you wanna do. If you guys don't know what you wanna do yet, you've not found your passion, you wanna go monetize, well, just keep working more on growing you. More reading personal development, more hitting the gym, more cardio, more preparing your food, and just learning. And as you build the man, the path illuminates as you walk. If you are at the phase where you know what you want to do, you might want to be in coaching, right? You might want to be in trading. You might want to be in e-com. I've got clients in every single industry, guys. No matter what that is, this part 1 is going to feed this because it's going to make you more confident in that part. It's going to make you have more energy, okay? It's going to have you better focused, more productivity. But you then want to do some study for 1 hour a day on your high revenue generating things. And then you want to do a couple of hours on the highest leverage work. So let's say you were in sales, you're going to do client acquisition for maybe a few hours, okay? You guys need to break up your day like this. Your calendar should just have 3 chunks. You grow, go to your stupid 9 to 5, work on your future life, and that's it. 7 days a week. At the most, you take half a day off a week. You guys need to build flow state. You don't have time to take your foot off the brakes. Guys, if you take a day off and I decide that this afternoon I'm gonna go to the cabana at the beach club and spend a few K on whatever and just chill, well, I'm making money while I'm there without even trying, okay? I'm gliding. If I take my foot off the accelerator, I'm still flying. Okay, guys, if you're trying to go up like this, your first 365 days of massively transforming your life, if you take your foot off the accelerator, you're falling down to a plummet, and those couple of days off are gonna massively set you back. 2 days off will set you 2 months back, okay? This is about 365 days of grind. I call my TP7 daily habits for a reason. They are non-negotiable daily habits you do every day. So remember, you are the only man that can make this work. You're also the only man that can fuck this up. Take 100% accountability. You can't ever play the victim mindset. You're gonna go through this chapter for 365 days. All in on the physique, all in on the mindset. You're gonna master becoming the most confident man you can be. And I don't mean fake confidence. I mean everybody feels your aura when you walk in the room. We're gonna go through this whole process over a 52-week period. 52 weeks is 1 year, guys. There is 52 weeks in 1 year. You are gonna do exactly what I say. If you don't do exactly what I say, you will wanna come and watch this video next year after wasting a year and then apply it next year. So I would just apply it right now if I was you. Step 1, analyze how much you've sucked dick this year. Take 100% accountability. Today, you are gonna go into a priming phase. Like I said, guys, I've shown you the process. If you want me to just take you through this process and make all the updates week after week, and you can just delegate this out and be the man that just executes like my elite fitness and mindset clients and just get some sick results, well, you can apply to work with me and I'll see for a fit. Like I said, guys, feel free to go through this on your own. But if you are trying to do this and you're not getting results, try multiplying no results by another 6 months. It's gonna piss you the fuck off. Priming phase, recomp phase, reverse phase, performance phase, prep phase. Don't skip phases. No different to this is chapter 1, this is chapter 2. Don't try and jump to chapter 4 before you've done chapter 2. Play every chapter with 100% intention and play it perfectly, guys. That's when you're gonna master it. Just understand in your mind that you have 365 days. You're not harvesting anything for 365 days. Have no emotional attachment to anything. You know, if you one day you're in the back end of a diet phase and you feel a little bit flat because you've got less glycogen in the muscle, don't start crying and go, I need to refeed myself. No, you've got a fucking skinny little tub. It's disgusting. Okay? Play the chapter. Stop being an emotional little bell, and that's why your life sucks dick at the minute. Grow the fuck up. Play this out, phase by phase. This is also going to teach you emotional stability, discipline, okay, long-term gratification, which is only going to serve you for this. Only once you've installed the mindset, which is learned perfectly when you go through building an elite physique, then when applied to this, it's going to just be there, guys. I would have nothing I have without long-term gratification, without emotional stability, without doing what I say I'm going to do on that day. Okay, if there's something I want, I have a 3-second rule. I go 1, 2, 3, I'm doing it. I don't allow myself to procrastinate. Okay, guys, you've got to master this. There's a book called The Art of War, Stephen Pressfield. He talks a lot about this friction, about this resistance. You've got to crush that. Let's get it, let's go. Like I said, if you do want to apply to work with me, you can just click the link below, my Elite Fitness and Mindset program. Let's go.